Namaste all, this is Omni reporting to you from the present, the here and now moment. It's 12:48, Saturday the 18th of July 2020. I am in Providence, Rhode Island in Roger Williams Park. All right, walking a trail, taking a little bit of time off from driving for Lyft and studying as a film/media student. Today I filmed my preparations for the historic documentary A Day in the Life, which is being produced by executive producer Ridley Scott and directed by Mr. McDonald. It's supposed to be filmed on the 25th of July. I did a preparatory answering of the 4 questions that are asked, which are: what's in your pocket? What do you fear? What do you love? And what would you change about the world or yourself if you could? I don't know that I actually answered that originally, so this is a follow-up. What would I change about myself? Well, the one change that I would make is that I would move from affirming that I am feeling the ultra happiest emotions of my entire lifetime at this here and now moment, and ideally vibrating harmonic, perfect resonance, as well as tapping into, harvesting and harnessing my full potential. I also desire to ultra naturally wield my whole self, including my innumerable psychic abilities, to live my ideal life at the here and now moment, in the present, past, present, and future, to perceive myself as these chain of events, wherever I happen to be, with all the negatives, neutrals, and positives that make up all of existence that you and I share. We all have negative, neutral, and positive elements. That's what we have in common, as does all the seen and unseen and everything that's in between. What would I change about myself? I would be vibrating omniversally viral, in the sense that everywhere I could perceive and that you can conceive of, I'd be utilizing the negatives, neutrals, and positive forces that I've been bequeathed with or gifted with in the present, as have you, that I would be having proof and evidence that I'm doing that to myself. And if so, if it's echoed by other people, wonderful. It's not necessary. As long as by my last heartbeat, my last breath, that's what I'm doing, that's what's important to me. What would I change about the world? Well, by changing myself. They say you change the world by changing yourself. So if you affirm something, this is what I've affirmed, that I am feeling the ultra happiest emotions, the full spectrum of things that fit under that. What is that? That's jubilation, that's elation, that's euphoria, cheerfulness, ecstasy, fulfillment. It's a satiation to your needs and your wants in the present moment, at the here and now moment. The here and now moment, as I said, incorporates all the negatives, neutrals, and positives that make up all of existence. And so if you're living your ideal life, you're not trying to ignore the negatives. You're not trying to ignore the neutrals. You're not trying to just always be positive. You're wielding all three in harmony. That's a sense of wholeness, a sense of homeostasis, a sense of balance, a sense of having a whole self. You're not feeling like you're using a fraction of your abilities. You're not using a fraction of your potential. You're actually harnessing, harvesting, and tapping into your full potential in the present, at the here and now moment, which is made up of negatives, neutrals, and positives, right? So you're not trying to avoid the negatives. You're not trying to continuously be in the middle or in the center feeling neutrality. You're doing the lows, the mediums, the highs. You're doing the yeses, the nos, the maybes, and even the inconceivable, right? You can be exceptional. You can be extraordinary. You can be mega, hyper, super, ultra natural, right? Today, as I said, we're in Providence, Rhode Island. We're at the Temple of Music. You can see there's some form of celebration being prepared. As I said, there's always something sacred and something special taking place here. Some of the most special times in my life have been filmed here. I intend to be, the next time I get married, I've been married before. The next time I get married, I bought a white suit, a perfectly white suit, to get married here. This is where I conceive of getting married. I even have these rings that say You may or may not be able to see it, but it says Imzadi, which means in Betazoan culture, beloved. All right, so I bought 2 rings. All right, you may or may not be able to see that. And I also have these rings. They say what's in your pocket, but here's what's important. I have a ring that says Omnizillion. I have one that says 2 of them, 2 sets that say omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent. Couple of gold rings, wedding bands, silver rings which say Temet Noshe, which is to know thyself. Ut sutra, ut infra, as above, so below. One of them says self-balancing. I got that one by accident, right? Another one says Teo Twawaki, which is representative of the acronym the end of the world as we know it. So I like taking on that identity form. Another one says Carpe Diem, which means seize the day. And Amor Vincit Omnia, right? Which means love conquers all, right? So by having these symbols, it's kind of like rings of power. There's also a ring that's a fish, a gold and silver fish, which I found. And so I'm wearing these rings to empower myself and to embrace these vibrations, right? So here we are, we're at the Temple of Music. I don't know if they're gonna let me walk up here. Is it all right if I walk up here and just shoot the temple a little bit? Okay. What's going on here today?
We're having a mini graduation for the kids today.
Wow, what school?
Any school that wants to show up.
All right, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. See, that's Rhode Island.
That's
See,
right.
this is Rhode Island. What's up? See, and of course, Rhode Island is always small. Any person that you've met, you will meet again. What's going on, my brother? How you doing? All the love, all the love.
Always, man.
All the love.
How goes it?
It's an ideal day. The present is beautiful, wonderful. So this is like, to me, paradise on earth.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
I'm going to be filming a tutorial real quick. I'm almost done.
Introduce yourself.
Sensei Carlos de la Cruz, living the dream with
Yes.
Mr. Omni.
Yes. They're doing a graduation ceremony for any students from any schools, because as you know that they shut down all the graduation ceremonies. What's that?
Don't do it under the thing because it'll activate.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Done in like 5 minutes.
No worries. So we're catching the moment, as it were. I want you to all see. Oh, you know what? The mistake that I made, I was supposed to be filming this way. I'm sorry, everybody. That's my apologies. As I said, this is a preparatory interview. So, I maybe shouldn't have switched it that way. For the shoot on 25th, I will shoot it this way. All right, that's the advice of the executive producer. But for the moment, we're just gonna shoot it this way. All right. I wanted you to see why this place is so sacred, so special to Rhode Islanders and people who travel here from around the world, wherever they may happen to be. I don't know if you can see it, but it says this is called the Temple of Music, and a lot of people don't know that inscribed on the walls are the names of musicians, obviously. So their names are always vibrating throughout the entire world, throughout the universe, the cosmos, the zillion dimension omniverse. This is like a commemoration to the ancient temples, right? But in the present day. So weddings, there's a ton of weddings and a ton of celebrations that are always held here. It is a sacred, special spot for those of us who enjoy, the whole negatives, neutrals, and positives. As you can see, it is ultimately hot out here. It's about 90 degrees Fahrenheit here in paradise. It's an ideal day. My friend was warning me